All right, everybody, welcome, welcome. This is Sarah Long from Sales Volume Marketing Machine, and I'm here with my amazing client, Elaine, to talk about her incredible results and all the amazing successes that you've created for yourself. So welcome, Elaine. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Okay, well, so really quickly, just tell me, where were you before we started working together? Where were you at before you got into Sales Volume Marketing Machine?
Okay, so I've been selling real estate. I'm a broker for over 35 years, and 2020 was challenging. And along with just, your typical mindset and just not sure what was happening, I realized that I also wasn't really clear on all the marketing that I do, what really works. I have a good amount of volume every year that just seems to come my way. But I do a lot of different types of marketing, but I just couldn't really see where the results were coming from. And I needed to step up my game as well because I noticed, it's very easy to, I don't know, I needed more motivation. I needed to get more enthusiastic. I needed new marketing pieces. I was really kind of stuck.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard that so many times where, I mean, you have all this amazing experience, you know what you're doing, but it feels kind of like the deals are just like falling in your lap and you aren't sure what to do to actually scale it up. And then especially with kind of the craziness of the last year and a half, it's been bananas with the pandemic, with buyer demand getting out of control, inventory being so tight. So, where are you now with the systems in your business, with being able to generate those ideal clients, going from stuck to where are you now?
So that was a huge shift, was the idea of your ideal client avatar. I mean, we all want great clients, but then what does that actually mean? And I remember you saying, well, describe it. And I'm like, what? Yeah, I just want, great clients, that it's smooth and we love each other and everything goes great. But it was a lot of thinking in ways that I hadn't ever really thought about before. And so now, I mean, I've hired an assistant part-time. I'm not great with systems. It's a big challenge for me, and structure. And so she's taking all of that over. My marketing pieces are just what I was needing and wanting for the last couple of years. So I'm very proud of that. And it shows. And the marketing pieces are so high, top quality. You really are, head and shoulders above your competition.
Yeah, and again, like you're just so good at what you do, and just being able to articulate that to connect with your ideal client avatar is such an important shift. And I feel like so many agents get stuck there where you know that you're awesome, you know that you can help your clients, but you're just not sure how to bring them in and how to get them converted into a client. So,
Right.
like
And I think
between
being able to articulate and describe and understand fully all of that. I mean, we might think we know it, but to be able to convey that to your client or new client, especially, and in the competitive market that we are now, most of my business always came from just my sphere of influence. So I'm not really up to par, I didn't think, when I was having to compete.
Mm.
And that was a big piece of it. I mean, how do you explain all that in a way and have the confidence?
Right. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've noticed in you is your confidence shift, going from like knowing your worth, but just not sure how to do that, to now, holy smokes, you are an absolute rock star. So tell me, what was that like for you?
I just was so grateful that I had new systems in place and felt like I was in control. So that was the biggest piece. And I thought, imagine if I hadn't had this program in the most difficult, competitive, for both buyer and mostly listings. Imagine how I would feel without all of these resources and uh, skills and mindset that I have. I would be feeling pretty awful, wondering every day what's going to happen next, because I mean, we're 40% down in inventory from a year ago.
Yeah.
So how would one feel without all of this support? That's what it is too. It's the support.
Yeah. And the way that you play full out too, Elaine, is absolutely powerful. Like you, I just so appreciate how you so consistently show up. I think that's absolutely key, because if you're not doing that for yourself, it's a lot harder to do that for your clients too.
Right. And again, it's creating those daily patterns that keep you going. I mean, the legacy lead is awesome. I can't ever imagine not having that weekly call where, you're being accountable.
Mhm.
And it's like therapy too.
It really is. I mean, we've got just
Yeah.
such an amazing group of agents. And I feel like, I
Yeah.
mean, the results speak for themselves. Like, I've just got some of your incredible wins from the last couple of weeks that I pulled up here, like 2 new buyer clients, 2 offers written, and you included here lost on both. And I think that that's such an a powerful thing to note, because in this market, people are losing out on offers right and left. But wait, there's more. You've got a listing appointment for a high-end home that was a referral, and they talked about your market report. And I think the biggest thing that I loved about this celebration was 3 closings this week, but the last part, I'm hitting it from all sides. And I feel like that's just such a great encapsulation of how you've been showing up and what you've been creating for yourself.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. And the clout that I feel when I'm with a new client competing I'm in a much higher price point now, average wise. And that speaks volumes.
Mhm.
The marketing piece that I'm using, your marketing piece. And everybody just talks about it. Even a referral said, I got your marketing, I got your brochure. So I mean, it's really stands out, and it really gives you just so much more clout than you thought you had, but you couldn't really show that. So you stand
Right.
apart.
Right. And
Yeah.
I think that that's such an important distinction too, that this isn't about just like putting on airs and being somebody that you're not when you're going to the listing presentation or something like that. This is you, just with marketing that helps you be on steroids, if you will, so that people can actually understand your expert value and how you help them in. I mean, it's the largest financial transaction of people's lives. And I'm so proud of you for putting these systems in place. Even if you're not a systems person, it's so important to have those systems, because
Mhm.
when you're just flying by the seat of your pants, that's not sustainable, especially in real estate, especially in a market like this.
Correct. Yeah, and this has been so difficult. So the number of listings that I'm getting in opportunities on opportunities that without that marketing piece, I know I would not have been in the door.
Mm,
So even if I don't get every one, I am at least part of the process, and it's just an opportunity I wouldn't have had.
yes. And then also knowing what to do at the listing appointment, because it's a very different process when you have sphere of influence, warm people coming in, referrals. That's one thing, and that's great. But then being able to do that with new leads, people who haven't already previously established that know, like, trust factor, that's massive. So,
That's
what
right.
has that done for your confidence level then, even just being out and about?
Oh, I feel like I've always known I can compete, but it just is that next layer of confidence where um, I know my data. I speak like that. I tuned in more to that, and they love it. And they're
Mhm.
reading the brochure. We're going over it together sometimes, and so they love seeing those numbers too.
Mhm. Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, just to recap, like working with a higher price point, have the systems in place now, knowing how to demonstrate and articulate your expert value, and having that confidence for being able to take it to that next level, and knowing what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and expanding your team. Like, Elaine,
Yeah.
you're so amazing. I'm so proud of
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. No, it's everybody should have your program and use your program because, there's a lot of them out there. And I had probably talked to 2 different people and I was like, yeah, nope, not, I just wasn't buying into anything that they were saying. And it's a lot of the old school stuff that's all you see. And I think I saw you on, must have been Instagram, listened, and I said, that's it. She's talking exactly about what I feel like I'm missing. And then revamping all your marketing with your contacts has been a game changer. I send out these huge packets, and I mean, you can't help but if you receive them, being impressed with it. Nobody does
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody does it like this. And nobody can ever even do it like that because it's got the Elaine secret sauce in there. Like nobody can duplicate your amazing magic, your amazing personality, and then the expert guidance that you give your clients. I mean, you're about to go supersonic. I'm just so excited for you.
Well, thank you. I'm so happy to be here and be a part of it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so if you had like one key takeaway that is the biggest shift that you've made since we started working together, what was it like maybe 6 months ago or something that we first started working together? What's the one key thing that you would tell other agents, like get on that?
So it's how you define your expert value in a way that is different from anything else you've ever done, and then having all the tools to back it up. So, I mean, even with whether you're experienced or not, I mean, it's setting you apart. The idea of it setting you apart from everybody else, and you are noticed, and it just supports your expertise. And I think that's huge, and that's what we all want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ideal clients who respect your expert value and being able to differentiate yourself too without that race to the bottom of the barrel for how low will you discount your
No,
commission.
don't even do that. I don't even do that.
Yeah, it's not
And,
even a
and you know
question.
what? And you know what? Nobody asks.
Exactly.
I
Nobody
didn't have
asks.
one person say something to me and I've said, oh, that's interesting. Nobody, no, they wouldn't dream of it. I think it would, they even know that. How insulting would that be
Right,
to ask you
exactly.
to do that?
Yeah, it blows my mind that that agents have been accepting this as status quo. It does not need to be that way. You can have ideal clients every single month on repeat, seeking you out for your expert value. And Elaine, that's exactly what you've built. And I'm just, again, I can't emphasize how proud I am of you. And also the legacy impact that you're creating for your own family, for your kids, what you're demonstrating. I think it's just such a powerful thing.
Ah, thank you.
You're so
Great.
welcome.
Good.
Yeah. Well, Elaine, it's been a true pleasure talking with you. And for everybody listening, if you want to be able to have the same kind of impact, the same kind of sales volume, the same kind of clients that Elaine is having without discounting your commission, I urge you, book a breakthrough strategy session with my team today. So go to saralongmarketing.com/session and you'll have a call with my team, just like Elaine did however many months ago. And we'll figure out where you are now, where you want to be, and what it will take in your specific case to get you there. And if we can help you, then we'll walk you through that. And if not, we'll help direct you to whatever can get you to that next level. So Elaine, thank you so much for sharing your story here.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for having me. Anytime.
True pleasure. All right, we'll talk again soon.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.